Okay, so this is an interactive game board for the game How Close to 100, and that's a game that you can find over at YouCubed. That's where it originally came from, and if you click on that link, it takes you to that page. But the original game has a paper template, and some kids at home at the moment don't have printers to print it out, and it might be a bit hard to draw up a grid. So this is an interactive version, and it's also good because you might not have someone to play it with at home. So I'm going to show you how you can play against yourself. Now, the other thing you might not have at home is online dice. So if you click up in the left corner here, you can open that up and it takes you to a page with some interactive dice. Now we're going to need 2 dice for this game, and we're going to choose the 6-sided dice. And what we're going to do when we come over here, we're going to switch between these tabs to play the game. So I don't have a partner to play with, so I'm just going to play against myself, and I'm going to choose 2 different colours to play with. So I'm going to start with, it'll be yellow versus red. So yellow is going to go first, and we're going to go to the dice tab, and I'm going to throw the dice, and yellow has scored 1 and 5. So over here they need to make a grid that's 1 by 5. So that's one row of 5 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to go up to this little bucket, which is our fill color tool, and we're going to fill it in yellow. Now what I did there to highlight that is I clicked with my left mouse button, and then I kept clicking and I dragged the mouse across. So if you're using a touchpad, you could just drag your finger across to highlight, across and down to highlight the squares that you need. Or if you're using a mouse, just bring the mouse across and down. It will be a little bit tricky at first, but the more you do it, the more you'll get the hang of it, and it's a super cool skill to have. So anyway, back to the game. I've got 1 row of 5 here, so I need to write my number sentence down. So 1 row of 5, and so I've coloured in 5 squares, so I'm popping that in there. Okay, red's turn now, so we're going to come over here, and red is going to throw. 2 and 6, so we've got to make either 6 rows of 2 or 2 rows of 6. Let's see, I might go rows of 2. So 2, that's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows, 6 rows. And now, because it's red's turn, I'm going to choose red in the fill colour tool. So I've coloured in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So over here, we need to type in 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, yellow's turn now, so let's throw for yellow. 5 times 4. Let's see. So it's 5 rows of 4 or 4 rows of 5. I might go in rows of 5. That might help me skip count a bit easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 row of 5, 2 rows of 5, 3 rows of 5, 4 rows of 5. And whose turn is it? It's yellow's turn. So there's yellow. So I've got 4 rows of 5 squares. And what's that total? 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. Okay, red's turn. Let's go. Okay, 6 and 3. So 6 rows of 3. I might go this way. 1, 2, 3. Now I've got to do 6 of those. I've already got 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's red's turn this time. So fill it in with red. So I'm going to go 6 times 3. How many have I got there? I might skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So I'm going to pop that in there. Now you can play against yourself, and the goal is to see which colour can't add any more numbers to the grid. You can also play against yourself just to see how close you can get to filling up the whole grid. Now, once you finish this game, if you want to play another game or you want to keep the grid for next time, up here we have the undo key. So if you click, 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 click really fast, you'll see that all of those things are disappearing. And now you have a nice blank game board again. Now, just a couple of hot tips. Most of these things on the page are stuck to the page, but there are some things that can move around. So if you're playing with this and accidentally drag something out of place, it's fine, you can drag it back. If you accidentally delete something, you can always go to the undo tool and it will bring it back as well. So don't panic if you delete something, there's always a way to fix it. Okay, so that is the interactive close to 100 board. Hopefully it comes in handy. Have fun.